Hello everybody and welcome back to F1 TS Hub. We are here for another Friday night and this is round 6 USA Austin, and this is the podium tier, our 7 o'clock tier. Odems, it's looking a bit cloudy above. Welcome back to the commentary box after missing the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, good to be back. This tier has always thrown up amazing races and it's a pleasure to commentate on. We've had 5 different race winners after 5 races, so here's hoping for a 6th.
Yeah, definitely. That's the big talking point of today's race. 5 different winners from the first 5 races. And judging by the official practice session on Thursday, 8 PM that we do every week, there's a few drivers who impressed, particularly Jonas and Reflo, you know, getting inside the, I believe Reflo finished 7th or 8th, mixing it up with the pinnacle tier, the tier above him. So I'm expecting big things from here, and we've seen he's had a couple of poles, a podium. You have to feel it's his time.
Yeah, it's certainly coming. He's had his pole positions, he's started off well, but it just hasn't all come together. Sometimes due to his own fault, sometimes out of his own hands, as we have.
Oh, Greenfin spinned it.
Oh,
where is that?
Greenfin.
That's penultimate corner?
That's
do you think
before the penultimate corner.
How has he managed to do that? Do you think he's got on the, he's hit the, what, the right side tire? So you would think he's hit the right hand side wall, because the gravel is the other side.
I'd imagine it's a left turn before there, a long left turn. So maybe he got on the curb just before, on the left hand side, the curb just before the left hander, and the car just flung all the way to the other side of the barrier. But Greenfin out of the race, qualifying rather, so he's going to sign up back. He's really not had the best of it recently. He's
had a difficult start to the season, hasn't he? So he'll be looking to improve. AR Gizmo, of course, one of our race premium drivers in this tier. Amphatic's not here tonight, as well as Maverick and Dane, who's new to the league for this week. So 3 drivers missing. 17 though, the best the podium tier has churned out so far this season.
Good numbers today, and that should equal a good race.
We know that, yeah, I was just going to say, Jaw, Allen, you know, Jorit, Tejwar won last week, Reflo, Mathis has shown some some defensive driving. You got a podium in Silverstone, I believe. Razor's won Lukey's run, and Jonas has been right up there. So to pick a winner in this tier, it's extremely difficult, as Tejwar is getting held up now behind a Red Bull as he comes to finish his flying lap. I wonder if that's going to affect him. Corner cut anyway, I imagine, as it doesn't set a competitive time this time around.
Yeah, I don't know how Tesla managed to place his car there. It's not ideal, especially going to the S's and have that 30 gear. Plus, Hannah looks like he's going to go for another 2 more laps to try to get the fueling test. So that's a Hurst, I think, possibly getting in the way of those 2. And Alan reports his lap after the corner and lets Tesla go. So, good play there from Alan. And hopefully, watching Luke just going right to these corners.
Yeah, Lukey impressed last night in the practice session as well, so we'll definitely have to see what he can do. But Greenfin will be disappointed with that one. Not the best way to start here in Austin, but it is an overtaking circuit, and we can expect to see some good overtaking, as the top 4 separated by just 0.2 of a second at the moment.
It looks like, I think Greenfin and Z4 might have come together. That's what I'm gauging in the chat. Possibly Greenfin didn't just spin on his own, and was actually coming together with Z4. We know has had issues of getting out from the way.
Mathis has spinned it now. That looks to me, is that the final sector again? Or is that no, that's the first sector, no. I believe.
Yeah, I think it's the first sector coming into the second sector. That might be
so, another disappointing end to qualifying, as Jorit now goes top, and that's a good lap time from him. Yeah, definitely. He was called into the driver's press conference this week, Odems, and you have to say he batted away the media with a good answer.
He gave a great answer. Not only did he slide to the S, not only did he combat the question, he didn't offer to issue a challenge to Luke. He's saying that rather he's just going to complete a clean overtake on him and just he melt away into the distance. And I like that sort of confidence from Jordan. And he's obviously proving that so far as he goes pole by 3/10 as it is.
Gizmo, by the way,
Z4's disqualified.
Yeah, Z4, I believe he missed the pit and tried to go back to come in, and it's disqualified him. Gizmo spun it just coming into the last section, and he was able to recover though. Real Danestar joined, so he will be able to start for the race as long as he jumps himself into a car. So up to 18, so it's a good showing. So still a few. White Eagle is he's just finished one. Is he gonna do another one? Yeah, Reflow.
32.9, I think.
The Williams man looking like he could be the man to beat here tonight in the podium tier, and he needs to get himself up involved in that ever so tight championship battle. You know, you got Jaw, Emphatix, Lukey, Razor, Alan not that far behind, as well as Jonas. So Tejwar bumping up to 25 points in his first race. It's looking close, his championship, and this is a halfway point. So do you think this race is somewhat more crucial than, you know, perhaps mentally than some of the other ones?
Yeah, you really want to, like, especially for, you know, Reflow, he's been battling those aforementioned people for the win. So it probably is making him sick to his stomach that he's hearing these people win championship victory and he feels that he's just as fast as them. So yeah, definitely plays into his mind. He'll be checked.
Yeah, I imagine he will be. And White Eagle returning from it was his birthday last week, so blatant happy birthday for you, White Eagle. He's going to come across the line to set a lap time now. What is this going to be? He doesn't improve. He does improve slightly in the final sector, but he doesn't improve his position.
Drop across the line with 4 laps of fuel, so he's going long on those tires.
He's going to pop it up to mix it up to Max, and he'll be going, you presume, for a couple of laps.
Yeah, he did fit the first corner of the S's. Yeah, he's gonna work this one. I need to go for a lot of laps. 3 laps on ultra stuff, so that'll be all winning teams. Saw that, so that's
this is predominantly a one-stop race. Whether you can make it onto the supers or if not, it's pretty standard to go into the softs and take it to the end. But you know, we saw James Slater most noticeably in the practice session yesterday. He was able to 2-stop and he recovered to the same position that he was in before he committed to that stop. But you know, when you're in a more competitive field with your tier rather than a mixture of tiers, you have to say the one stop is the favorable strategy.
Yeah, also, like, I believe he was not moved like a second behind me when he pit. I had 15 seconds with the penalties overtaken, so I think that just shows the 2-stop, as usual, isn't the best strategy. And yeah, confirmation in the chat that Griffin did indeed have contact with Z4 and Z4 has apologized for it. Or maybe it was someone else. Development happened.
Well, Jonas is about to cross the line. He pops it up in the 3rd position, so he'll go again for another one. Jorah is just about to start a flying lap. Currently on the front row in 2nd place. Yellow flags in sector 1. Who's that for?
I believe that was Mercedes. Aston White Eagle. So, but
Joe's
yeah,
retired.
We're saying Jones will go for another lap. I think he's going to go for another 2. That's time.
Jules called it a day.
Yeah.
Lukey now just coming up to the last corner. He'll have one more go after this one. What's this lap going to be? Is he able to improve on his current 6th place at the moment? He doesn't, so he does improve, but he doesn't change position. He invalidated, so it is tricky here. Invalidated. Strict corner cut settings by the stewards are in selection, so we expect to see a few penalties come the end of the race.
Yeah, those S's are really hard to take. You know, bottom border of now, see if he takes them, but he doesn't hit the apex of his bike for this is the apex of that one. Unless it's really our mind games, is quite
Well,
a
you're
lot
at the,
called it.
what's that turn? Doesn't break at turn 1 or something like that, it looks like to me.
This close is reversing onto the track. Thankfully, no one came across back to him.
Lukey's up. Jonas goes wide. He'll get a chance just to start another lap time, so he wants to nail his exit here. He does have enough fuel. Jorit is coming to penultimate corner. He's just going to miss out.
Jonas went wide and actually improved his lap.
Here comes Jorit. What can he do? Second on the grid. Crosses the line, stays second. Reflow starting his flying lap as well. He'll be one of the last drivers to cross the line. Jonas is on a flying lap. Lukey's on a flying lap. He's up by 0.6 of a second, so keep an eye. Alan's given up. We'll keep an eye on Lukey. He's up by 0.6. Let's hope he hasn't invalidated and he'll be able to complete this lap. He's pushing. He's using all of the curb on the penultimate corner as he comes across the final corner. Goes a little bit wide. Will that invalidate? Yes, it has. He was up.
Looks like it did. 34-2, so he would have started into third.
His teammate there at the moment occupying third. Razor, what can he do? Veteran driver, F1 TS Hub, took his first win this season. 12 or 13, 14 podiums, something like that now. As he comes out of the last corner, going to sling that DRS open, straightens the car up. Yes, he improves to 5th. Gizmo's on a hot lap, he's 2 tenths up as well. Rex is finished. Hursto comes across the line, doesn't improve. So let's switch over. What can Jonas do? 2 tenths up.
Jonas and Replay are working across the line after another. So. Oh, he's validated. Yeah, I was thinking he probably turned in a bit too much there, and lo and behold, invalidated. So Reflow will keep pits.
Yep.
So no one really improved in their second runs, and Reflow's going to take pole position.
6 tenths. Gizmo's up, improves. He jumps up to 7th position, so ahead of Lukey. And White Eagle, in the pits. So that's pretty much our qualifying result. Dane will join in 18th place when we get the race underway. So just Maverick and Emphatix missing. Bit of a surprise, Emphatix to be missing, considering he's up there in the championship battle.
Yeah, I think I'd say about half the grid would be disappointed if I qualified.
Sometimes, in qualifying here, you need to leave a little bit on the table because the invalidation, as some of these drivers have found out, can cost them numerous positions.
Imagine Jor, Lukey, Razor, Allen, Rex, Greenfin, Mathis, obviously hugely disappointed with that qualifying session. None of them getting a proper lap in.
That's Reflow's 3rd pole position in 6 races at F1 TS Hub, so he's definitely got the speed in qualifying. He just needs to parlay that into the race result.
Let's be the young Odems in this.
Oh, young Odems. You getting old, are you, Odems? Hello to everyone watching, by the way. In case you missed it, Greenfin did have contact with someone else earlier in the qualifying session on his outlap. We're not exactly sure who yet, but it cost him a DNF. We also saw Mathis binned it, and Reflow takes pole position ahead of Joret, and we'll bring you official confirmation of the results, Odems, when it comes up on our screen. I'll let you do the honours.
Yeah, so Reflow takes his third pole position of the season. Great job from him. 2 tenths ahead of Joret and Jonas, who will be in the 3rd place. Spider Altus in 4th ahead of Razor. And you have Jor in 6th, Gizmo ahead of Lukey in 8th, 7th and 8th rather. 9th is Tejwar, 10th is Allen, 11th is Primeval Rex. I'll give you the first driver to get fresh tires. 12th Gamersat, 13th White Eagle, 14th Herstow, 15th Greenfin, 16th Mathis, and DSQ of Z4 putting him 17th, and Dane will be rounding out the grid in 18th as he joined in qualifying.
Yes, he's taken over Dan's car, the Renault. So I think Greenfin actually starts ahead of Mathis, even though he crashed beforehand, because I think he completed more of his outlap than Mathis was able to do. So there you go. Drivers are now selecting their fuel strategy, selecting their tire compound choices. From 11th down, they'll have the free choice. From 1st to 10th, they'll have to start on the tire that they qualified on. We of course will bring you everyone's starting tyre choice when we load up and get the formation lap underway. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you can follow us for full race updates on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at F1TS Hub. So let's have a quick look. We can see the Jesby's mentioned the top 10 all qualified on Ultra Softs. Then we got Rex, Gamersat on the Supers, White Eagles chosen to go on the Ultras, and then you've got Hersko, Greenfin, Mathis and Z4 on the Supers as well. So Dane, who should have been starting at the back, has left the session. I can only think that he didn't jump in a car.
Maybe he
Yeah, he's joined again, so we'll see whether he's able to get in, but I don't think he's going to be able to from what I remember. If you're not in by the time the formation lap gets underway, then you'll be sitting in the stands with some popcorn.
So I'm looking at the grid and I'm thinking that Jor possibly is going to plow his way through the field, or he's going to do what he usually does and lose his footing, obviously. But I feel like there's, as I said, there's a lot of people at that position. We could see, either some masterful overtaking or just the argy-bargy trying to get past.
Yeah, this is a track where you can overtake 2 DRS zones, of course, 1 long back straight, and a lot of corners where you can brake and line the move up. But following someone through the first sector is difficult. Going side by side through the first sector is going to end in tears for one or both drivers. And Z4, if you see disqualified from the race, it's only the formation lap. So here we go. As the cars all line up on the grid, this is round 6. This is our podium tier, and this is USA Austin, one of my personal favourite tracks in the past. And a couple of years ago, not a couple of years ago, a couple of seasons ago, I think I was on pole here.
You were.
So yeah, thanks for telling everyone where I finished. Could have just left it started on pole, but anyway, as everyone lines up on the grid, I imagine some nervous bellies will be butterflying their way around and just waiting for the last couple of cars. And then we're going to get some red lights appear on our screen and we'll head up the hill to turn 1. It's not the longest run, but it is uphill. The 5 red lights are on, the engines are revving, and here we go in Austin, the last race before the season break. This is round 6, and looks like Jonas doesn't get the best of start. Looks like Spider Atlas has got him on the inside already, and Reflow and the Ferrari didn't seem to want to battle each other too much. Toro Rossos are getting pretty close to each other. It all looks clean so far. Spider Atlas now versus Razart. So Jonas was able to get that position back there, and there was contact. The Spider Atlas is up. There's a Toro Rosso off as well. There's Mathis. He's out of the race.
Yeah, race, as we were saying, the tiers if anyone goes through sector 1 side by side, and that's what Razor and Spider Atlas did. And Spider Atlas lost a huge chunk of his wing because Razor sort of had to turn in. Spider Atlas stays ahead of Razor as it is. Razor's going back down the inside into the hairpin. And Jonas gets a good run on Jordan, and is now side by side. So side by side action all around the place.
Yeah, definitely. We said this track provides overtaking. Tejwell's lost a position, so is AR Gizmo. Alan's up too, as is Lukey. So let's ride on board. What's Jonas going to do? Jorit's defending. Jorit's late on the brakes, and he's able to keep that position. Is Jonas going to be able to try anything? He looks to the inside now. Spider Atlas versus Razart, and Lukey's there to pounce if something goes wrong. In fact, Lukey is going to pounce, and Razart's going to lose 2 positions unless he can keep it on the inside here. He does just that. He'll have to, push Lukey out of road, and that was the only way to keep that position, I'm afraid.
Yeah, good driving. I don't think Lukey can have some big complaints, as Razor probably has wing damage as well from that contact with Spider Atlas. And, he had a lot of trouble through that fast left right-hander, but Reflow leads, healthy enough gap to Jorit.
Struggling with understeer as well, looks like Razor is, so Lukey's all over the back of him. The Mercedes looking to pounce, move into the top 5. Of course, they both won a race this season, and you got George just behind as well. So
George is so close to the back. I think he almost hit him and almost lost the foot when he was using it. But that corner does really slip you in to try a dive one.
hello to everyone watching. We are on lap 2. We can see that Rex is in the pits, the only driver to come in after the first lap. So he's gone for a set of supers. He'll be effectively two-stopping this race, you would think from now. Odems, Reflow's putting the hammer down as well.
Yeah, Rex can't seem to keep his car intact, and huge contact. Greenfin still wants to get back up into 12th. But yeah, Reflow putting the hammer down. Jonas looking quick in these opening stages, and a little strange from behind Spider out this time. Who's lost off to the back of him.
Look, he's got a good. Look, he's got a good slipstream. Is he going to look down the inside? Nothing's better of it. Spider Atlas is locking up. Look, he's so close to Razor. Razor just can't seem to hit his apexes with the a heavy fueled car at the moment. So we'll keep an eye and see. Maybe he does have wing damage, as you mentioned. It looks okay to me from on board, but it could just be an end plate or something.
It's probably like that very, very light green. Nah, he has to have wing damage going through those that long right-hander. Understeers so much. Because I know going through the S's, he and Spider out this went side by side, and they just both took the corner normally, even though there was another car there. Definitely there.
Tejra goes wide. He's in the pits. He's got wing damage. So what's happened there? He's coming in. He slows it down, and our race winner in Australia into the pits now. If you pitted now, could you take a set of softs to the end, Odems?
Probably not.
So Lukey, the first driver, and Spider Atlas to get a penalty. We're only on lap 3. Lukey cuts the corner again there, so obviously struggling in the dirty air of that Red Bull, who's even struggling in the clean air.
I've known Lukey for a while, and I know that he does like it. I believe it was Mexico season 7 where he actually got disqualified, and that was in F1 2015, so you know it took quite a lot of work. So he does like to have a penalty.
Greenfin, meanwhile, up to 11th place. He's up 4 positions, as is Z4. We think those two perhaps had contact on their outlaps in qualifying. So, yeah, Greenfin just outside the points at the moment. He'll be looking to recover. His teammates in second, so Ferrari looking for a big point score today. And Rex will be trying to do his best to recover to help his teammate as well.
Yep, I was on charge, by the way. Out in the 2 positions. Looking to catch the back a lot. He's in a good spot.
Z4 gets ahead of Hursto into the braking zone there. Bit of DRS to how that one go through. Gamer Sat closing up on Hursto as well now, 1.3 seconds. So, as Z4 gets a bit of a tank slapper on the exit. You often see that with cars here, Odins. It's such a poor traction zone, that one.
Yeah, I think you saw that with me as well in the practice when I was in the qualifying session. And that was already validated, but yeah, it's really hard to get the traction down there. You just really want to get on the power. So, traction isn't very gradual, so it's just sort of consistent. So you have to really manage that corner.
So look at this. Razor still being hounded by Lukey, but you have to say Lukey's hounding, if he keeps getting those warnings, aren't going to do him any favours come the end of the race. Juret just managing to hold on now to Reflow, 1.2 seconds, and Jonas under a second behind, so the gap between them and Spider Atlas is up to 4.
It's really hard to follow someone, especially in this race, because Lukey was right behind Razor a while ago. I think he's a good driver, he just can't seem to stick to the back.
Greenfin goes off well wide, trying to get up to 10th position, and is that going to cost him any more? No, just a bit of time. He might have to defend from Z4 into the braking zone, but he's recovered it, no damage. Jor's on the back of Lukey, so this train now from 4th back to 7th position. Spider, Razor, Lukey and Jor are the battle at the moment we're focusing on.
Right now we're both looking good for a 6th race winner. With Reflow, Jorit, Jonas, Spider Alphas occupying the top 4.
Yeah, neither have won a race this season. In fact, neither have won a race at F1 TS Hub, I believe. Jonas, he's come 2nd place a couple times. So AR Gizmo in the pits, by the way, calling it a day on those ultra soft tyre. That's a nice early pit stop for him. You'd imagine that's going to be a 2-stop perhaps?
Possibly. What lap were we on? 6?
Yeah, we are on, no, lap 5. lap 5 out of 28. He goes on to the supers, so we can see that himself, Tejwar and Rex are the only 3 drivers to pit, and we can see that the top 9 are on ultras, and all the way down from 10th to 16th are on the red marked super soft tire.
I feel like if this were a track where collisions were off, you see something about you would probably be quicker.
It is possible, yeah. It is hard to follow someone here. You just lose that turn in. Look at Jonas though. He's going to have a go here. Talk us through this one, Odems.
George doesn't defend. George just seems to let him breeze by. George's confident with his braking. So is Jonas, and Jonas makes the move stick. Interesting that George didn't really bother defending now.
Jorit, you should say. Sorry, I thought you said Jor, but yeah, Jorit moves down into 3rd position now, so perhaps he's just playing the long game, looking after his tyres, and if he feels he can't catch your flow, but he feels he's got good pace, perhaps, you know, he feels I'll sit back and see whether Jonas and him have a little tango. Spider Atlas still doing a good job defending in 4th, Razart still doing a good job defending from Lukey, with Jor there as well, so all these boys battling for the same bit of track at the moment.
Yeah. I feel like it has to be a matter of time before finally catches up to this, because Spider, it seems his default position seems to be with full weight damage. I almost always see him with full weight damage.
And 4th position as well.
Yeah, it seems to be okay driving with full weight damage too.
Does he have front wing damage? He does indeed. So that's almost every race we see him. And how is he able to? You know, he's able to pull away on the straight, so perhaps he's just running a low downforce setup, and no matter how close these guys get in the corners, he's just braking nice and early, hitting his apexes and nailing the traction. We can see Green Fin is all over the back of White Eagle now as well. White Eagle has a moment through one of the S's. Green Fin needs to be careful. Closing speed, gets past, job done, into 9th position. He can get on with chasing some of the cars ahead down.
So yeah, Spider, like as I was saying, he lost his contact with Razor. That's why I'm thinking that on the left side, Razor doesn't look like it. He might have damage also, because the contact was pretty harsh. So these two are probably doing a very good job to keep it. Since Jor is looking down the inside of Lukey, decides to back down.
Yeah, this is a corner.
Right with the Jorit situation, because he's lost a second to seems to have some free praise at the moment as Lukey goes down the inside of Razor, who's not hanging around there with Razor's understeer through the long right-hander rather, and down the inside he goes as Jordan pits, and Jordan goes down the inside as well.
Wasn't able to get the job done. You have to feel that as Jordan comes in, Lukey was kind of lining that one up for a couple of laps. He knew where Razor was perhaps weak in that Red Bull, and he was able to get the job done. Alan now up. Alan's catching this pack for sure.
Now Lukey has someone probably weak in the exact same area. Safety car.
Safety car. So
here.
Why has that come out? Tejwar dumps into the pits. So has he had an incident or something? He's got wing damage again. So perhaps he's had an incident. This is going to back the field up. We'll see who comes in the pit now, and we're going to reset. I wonder if this is going to give us the glitch, or if that's a genuine safety car. But I don't really see. Yeah, this tier does definitely lights their safety cars, don't they?
Yeah, so that's about what, 10 in total.
Yeah, I think even possibly more than that. So. Hello to everyone watching. We've got a safety car here in Austin. Reflo, he's now the man. He's in that position again, Odems, where you've got to be the one to make the decision. But are these drivers now going to switch onto the 2-stop, or are they going to come into the pit, fit the softs, and because of the safety car, they'll be able to, you know, take it a bit slower?
Yeah, I imagine this safety car pitting up to the end, and he does put it to the pits. He stays out. Jonas pits.
Wonder if Spider Atlas will fix his wing.
Has to fit. He's probably not going to fix his wing. No, Spider. Lukey pits.
Lukey will have to stack. Yeah. Razor in, Jor in, Alan in. So, busy pit lane. We'll get you confirmation. of the tyre compounds after everyone's come in.
Luki's pit stop wasn't too slow, so it wasn't too bad. He was further enough, he was far enough behind to not affect him.
Jorit's going to gain massively from this, isn't he? No, he's just back in the position he was in, but it looked to me, I thought they were all in the pit laps.
Reflow's gone for the softs, so you have to assume he's going for the end. Jonas has gone for supers, as is Jorid, so they're two stopping. Sure.
As is Green Finn. So let's yeah, as did Z4 and Hersto. Gamersat is in the pits now.
Short pit at the wrong time there.
He definitely did.
It's almost disastrous.
So we're under safety car conditions. All drivers must line up and not overtaking, no overtaking, no any funny business. And I wonder if this is going to be the safety car glitch.
The drivers, as we said in Singapore, should be used to this.
Yeah.
So hopefully no things go flying. The field is...
Gizmo gets, Z4 gets close to Jaw, and again...
Razor has flying damage. That right end plate is completely gone.
So I wonder whether Razor has got that from behind the safety car. If he has, I wonder whether he'll come in and pit.
I did change his thing and he's lost out massively.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? He's gone from what, 4th position down to 11th. But he is on the... You have to say he's on the, you know, correct compound, as Alan almost has to go past him, locks up the brakes. So Green Finn has come into the pit now. He's decided it's time. That's going to surely drop him all the way down to last place, isn't it, Odems? Or is there a gap somewhere in between that he'll come out?
He'll probably come out around ahead of... No, he'll probably be 15th, I think.
Ultras.
Ultras? That's... I feel like some of these drivers are sort of, you know, judging their strategies on a possible glitch, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The safety car keeps coming out, you might as well be on the quickest tire. Greenfin just comes out behind the Rex, goes into neutral to avoid it. But I feel like if the safety car is legit, I think Reflow, Luki, and Spider Altus are in the best positions.
Yeah, you have to say the soft tire. I mean, even if it comes out again, they've got to be caught at the wrong place of track, kind of thing. You know, because the other drivers are going to have to pit again anyway. So if it keeps coming out at the wrong point of track, then eventually they're going to have to take a bit of a penalty. As the Sauber behind Z4 gets close to Luki, no wing damage though. Wonder if the safety car will be in this lap. Reflow hasn't had it easy. Anytime he's been leading, I'm sure he's had a safety car. So the man just wants to get rid of that Mercedes that's in front and keep the Mercedes behind him as well.
My Eagle's not right end. He's lost that head on this lap. I think the safety car's coming in.
Yep, you're right. So Reflow's got to back the pack up. Providing he backs the pack up, he'll be able to floor it when the safety car comes into the pit. So what we were talking about in Singapore, if you remember, it was actually that they weren't backing off enough, which means they couldn't floor it until the safety car come in. Because I saw in the Prestige race, I think, or the Pinnacle, that it was done correctly. But Reflow, Jonas, Jorit, Luki, Z4, Jaw, Razor, Hersto, Gizmo, Spider, Alan, White Eagle, Tejwar, Gamersat, Rex and Green Finn make up the top 16. We're all behind the safety car. DRS, it says enabled. I'm sure it isn't for a couple of laps. The Ferrari goes wide.
He didn't back up the pack. He was going to the last corner that he could get on a full acceleration. The owner was on the back of him. He wasn't to switch back. Oh, he's gone so deep. He's going to miss the corner. He's going to lose a lot of positions.
His teammates go through.
Contact. He and his teammate had massive contact there.
Jonas gets a time penalty. So that was a do or die move kind of last lap lunge.
Yeah. Now Jordan's all over the back of Zed.
Hersto spun. Wing damage as well. So he'll be hoping for another safety car to come out.
Here goes Jonas and here goes Jordan. 2 moves down the inside. Jordan takes the lead of the race. Jonas takes his teammate.
It's fantastic battling here. The both of who overtook are going to have poor exits now as they head down the back straight into the heavy braking zone. And who's going to be able to be the latest man on the brakes? Jorrit looks like he's got the inside covered. What can Reflow do? Not a lot. You have to remember different compounds.
Oh! Lukey and his teammate came together again. Lukey just sort of punted Jonas off a little bit. Jonas loses 2 positions.
Razor goes through.
Aggressive in the race.
Spider Atlas goes ahead of Rex as well. Pushes him wide too. Tezwar jumps through past Rex. Now Rex comes back on the inside, touches Tezwar.
Tezwar just creamed into the back of his teammate. He went sideways in that corner and just hit him.
So was it his teammate? And Alan moves ahead of Z4 now. So Reflow struggling after Lucky and Reflow though both on the soft tires, so they just need to try and get up to temperature, get feeling comfortable on that harder compound, and it will come to them in a few laps. But I imagine at the moment the ultra soft guys are going to be quickest, and then in a few laps time the super soft guys will be the ones to watch out for, and then eventually when they all come in. Tejwar's retired from the session. What's happened? Our winner out last time. He has done so in the pits. So is Z4. What's happened to Z4? He's binned it. Right wheel. First sector Odems. Yet again we've seen someone lose a wheel there.
Yep. I think same places as Mathis did last in the body session. He's bringing out the safety car.
Yeah, I wonder if it will do. He's left the session. So Tejwar, I'm not quite sure why he left there. If the safety car glitch was on, surely it'd be better to continue on and at least find out. But Tejwar obviously going to be frustrated with that. Yeah, that was at the same point that did he definitely touch his teammate, or was it him and Primeval that
I'm pretty sure it was him and Primeval came into contact, and because of that he just couldn't brake and he hit his teammate into the back of his teammate.
So Spider Atlas in 10th at the moment, under attack from ARR Gizmo. We can see that Jor sets the fastest lap, and Jor is chasing down Lukey. Yellow flags in sector 3 now. So Gizmo, what's happened to him?
ARR Gizmo, no, he was in a very good position. He spun it same pace blew up in qualifying. Fortunate for him. One thing I wanted to point out is that Jor isn't really sticking to the back of Lukey. Well, Jonas is much closer to the back of Jor. It's another yellow flag. Gizmo spun it again, coming to the pits.
Struggling to get those tires, back up to temperature. Hersto DRS disable safety car. So is that the glitch, or is that from one of the cars retiring?
Someone leave.
Danestar says Tezwar did leave the session, yeah. So
just now, or
maybe about 30 seconds ago. So perhaps that is why. So yeah, he would definitely have been right back up there with his safety car. Obviously, Z4, he was in a dangerous position. So should we just presume that that's why the safety car came out and kind of be hopeful?
Yep, we'll say that's why it happened.
Lap 12 out of 28. 16 laps left in this round 6 to determine who's going to be the winner. The top 2 yet to win a race this season. Are they going to make it 6 out of 6? And is anyone going to come into the pits?
Short pits.
Yeah.
So does Thor. I feel really bad for Rico. He just can't catch a break, can he?
Well, he's got the lead again now. And the man who is battling, you have to say, is going to drop down the order because there's not really too many gaps after that first safety car bunched everyone up. I imagine everyone will try and get on these soft tyres now and just try and go to the end of the race. Gamersat gets a penalty for speeding under the...
I think you go into the super soft. Imagine that's what Jonas can actually do with these safety cars. I think he's good on his tires, so who knows?
Yeah, it's possible. 15 laps left to go. You know, if there is a glitch, there will be. So Gamersat's left the session now as well in the pit lane. Wonder what's happened to him. Spider comes out just there. So Spider, this race it was going so well for him, but after that first safety car, he's really been the one to lose out from it. Alan and Greenfin, the only drivers on the Ultra Soft now. Gamersat rejoins the session, so he'll be able to retake over control of his car.
The two works once again alongside each other. It seems that these two really battle hard. They have to contact twice on that opening restart.
Yeah, definitely. Gamersat's back in his car. So, Lukey, you have to say he's in a good position and he's been good. He's been clinical here. Other than, you know, the battles with his teammate, I think that's the only thing he kind of needs to worry about.
Yep. I would definitely worry about teammates sitting it down the inside, but Luke has been strong today. Admittedly, I am a bit biased. Admittedly, I am a bit biased because I do want another race with him. But he has done a very good job. Luke's going to have a lot on his hands to keep him behind.
Good stuff. Yes, so safety car bunches us all up again. This tier is no secret. For those of you wondering why we run the safety car, Odem, just want to give a little background knowledge. And it actually worked last week, so just give us a little background knowledge. What's happened this season with the safety car?
We had one in Canada, I believe, and there was a glitch. We also had one in Singapore, and there was a glitch. And Singapore being a very long track, and we were there for. Well, I can only describe this. You know what I mean?
Good race though.
But the drivers seem to really like the safety car. We had a poll, and every tier they voted to keep the safety car on. So we at TF we always, you know, look out for our drivers' best interests. So we kept it on. And it's providing the action we see today. Honestly, I would prefer if it was off because I feel like there was an interesting dynamic on with the front three and the front three and then the four train behind. But yeah, it builds all back one circle. Now it's anyone can go.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think one of the advantages some of these drivers, if they've had an incident, you know, like Tejwar, had he not left, he would have been straight back in this race. You know, so I think that's why they like it, but it of course it isn't, you know, realistic with the glitch that is in the game with the safety car, but it's what the drivers wanted, majority vote across our three tiers, and as I mentioned, it worked last week in Canada. It came out when it needed to, sorry, not Canada, in Australia. It came out when it needed to, and then went back in, and it kind of showed that perhaps it was the right decision, but it's just strange how we've had a lot more safety cars, not just in this tier, but this season compared to last season when, you know, it was using the same game.
Yeah, as the safety cars coming in this lap. Last season, I believe it happened in the Prestige, Pinnacle, which is now the Prestige tier. I think it happened twice, I believe. And they both worked. So, it does work on occasion, but yeah, it's very often. And Rico makes the exact same mistake again. Just leaves it. He just doesn't bring the field up enough, and Luke is going to have a run. And once again, Luke probably won't send it down the inside. Probably keep it calm. That's what he does. He does send it down the inside. Alan thought about it, but his teammate is the one who's doing it, and so probably best not to. But he's right in the back of the owner with the front wing down there, so he's going to suffer to these S's badly.
Definitely is. It's a bit of a tame restart there, but
very tame compared to the first.
Yeah, definitely. But the two Red Bulls are looking like they want to get closest. The Ferrari of green fins there as well. Is he going to try and go around the outside? Thinks better of it.
That was Jordan.
Sorry, Jorrit. Green fin just behind, of course, the two Ferraris. Line astern. Jorrit, we haven't really spoken about him too much, as White Eagle gets past Rex but goes off the track, and now he's going to lose a whole bunch of positions as these four guys hurl down the back straight, and AR Gizmo looks like he's got a good slipstream. Is he going to sling it to the inside of these guys? Spider Atlas involved in this one as well, and AR Gizmo, is he going to... Oh, he just about is able to keep that one on the track and get it slowed down in time. White Eagle loses a couple of positions there, and Rex and Spider Atlas now going at it. This is a series of corners where you can really have a good battle with one another inside and outside of the apex. So it's always good to see cars, you know, give each other room and look for different ways to get past and defend.
Yeah, it is. That again, that corner turn, I think, 4 meters, just begs you to dive bomb. He's doing pits. He's got front wing down here. That's awful for him, but he's probably expecting another safety car, so he doesn't mind. But yeah, George just cannot seem to battle his way through traffic. That's once again, it's George is right on the back of the alley.
Jor in the pits. So what's happened to Jor there? I missed that one.
As I was saying, yeah, he has front wing damage.
So he's decided to come in.
Yeah,
he'll be hoping a safety car.
Luki was not able to keep behind Rito, and Jonas, in fact, was right on the back of his teammate. Jonas doesn't dive down the inside, which I'm a little disappointed about, but he gets a decent enough run. I don't think DRS is enabled, is it?
I don't believe it is just yet. Jor gets himself a penalty, so we've still got that to come into play at the end of this race, penalties, but no DRS. And these Red Bulls and Ferraris, and look at that, Spider Atlas is catching him up as well. Down the inside goes Alan on his teammate. Jorrit loses a couple of positions there, showed on my screen.
Jorrit battling with Razor, he just didn't make the move stick. He makes this move stick here, he might make it too. Matt settles for one, and he gets Razor, who tries to get him back on traction, but can't do it. But yeah, Alan and Jorrit both going past Razor, as you see that from rebound, is just really hurrying. Lincoln's stuck behind him. Lincoln's going to go down the inside, is he? No, that's out the last second.
Not the best place to sling one there, as he has to dive out from hitting him in the braking zone. How far is he going to go straight on there? Loses a position, and Reback joins the track.
I have to say, it's been a bit sloppy for Lincoln today, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely has.
Oh, Jordan's got a brilliant exit on Alan. That was amazing. He just got the switchback even though they went alongside. He could have stopped right side into the S's, and he just about backs out the last second. That would have been a brilliant move.
Alan really kept his foot in there, didn't he?
Yeah, Alan was not going to give him an inch, and Jordan realised this fortunately at the last minute. But yeah,
DRS disabled. So confirmation, the glitch is intact. Lap 17 out of 28, and our third safety car here tonight. So enable Hursto and George to get right back in it. Is Razor going to pit and fix his front wing?
I mean, after this one, you should have one more safety car, and then that will be it.
I hope so. And then we can really see. But Luke, he didn't really seem to have an answer there for Reflow, did he?
No, he didn't. Reflow just sort of buggered off. I think that's good confirmation of his pace. If I were Reflow, I would stay out because his tyres are in good shape, and he has a buffer of people who definitely will be battling, even if they do pit. So I think it would be best for him to stay out. But yeah, he's shown a tremendous pace, as you mentioned in the practice race. Is Jonas pit? No, he stays out. Alan will stay out. No, Alan pits. Interesting. Well, no, not interesting. He's on the ultra softs. Is Razor following? He does. So that's going to be disaster for Razor.
Super soft tyres looks like to me going on Alan's car, and he's being held there. He's serving a penalty, so that's even Let's compromise Razor even further, and Razor's going to be right near the back of the pack. Yeah.
Oh no, I think Gamersat will stay. Door pits again. That's an easy one. Razor's going to go back into 11.
So, lots of paint on the AstroSurf through Sector 1. Of course, this track inspired by different tracks on the calendar. You've got, I think it's turn 8 from, is it Turkey in the last sector. The Maggots and Beckett's kind of copy style complex in the first sector. A long straight, of course, with a heavy braking zone, similar-ish to China. But the flow of corners after that one really gives you the opportunity to, battle back and forth, as we've said. Let's run through who has stopped. So Reflo, Lukey and Jonas all stopped once, and believe it or not, yep, they're the three in front. Jorit stopped twice in 4th. 5th is Spider Atlas, also stopping twice, so he's recovered back up to that position. Rex has stopped 3 times in 6th. Gizmo stopped twice in 7th. White Eagles stopped twice in 8th. Greenfin has stopped twice in 9th. Allen's twice in 10th. Razor is twice in 11th. Hersto is twice in 12th. Gamersat's 4 times in 13th. And Jor, he likes to keep his mechanic busy 4 times as well for the Toro Rosso team. And he is bringing up the rear, you have to say, out of position, turns of speed. Let's hope he can just kind of scythe through the field cleanly. And he needs that for his championship hopes.
I feel like out of all the drivers, these safety cars have helped Rex the most, because I feel after that start he was literally nowhere. But
so Gizmo's in. Drive-through penalty for, yeah, he's coming to the pits, and drive-through penalty for ignoring yellow flags, was that? Or a 5-second penalty, something. They're going to change his tyres. He's going to go on to the super soft compound, soft compound, yeah. So he'll be going to the end of the race week. So that's number 5 for Gamersat.
He is in the best position to win this race, other than Reflo.
Yeah, Jonas is going to struggle to take those tyres to the end of the race.
I feel the joy is in a decent position when those pressure starts.
Yep, I definitely think, as you mentioned, it's so hard to, every time we're like this, you can't pick a winner, not because they're bunched up behind the safety car, just because we know they're all evenly matched on pace.
Yeah, all on different tires, all on different strategies. They really look to keep us guessing. I think the Pinnacle race is starting soon.
Definitely is. Our Pinnacle race, of course, is our 8 PM race. Our middle tier, they'll be getting underway at 8 PM. Commentary will be live with Jono, of course, double world champion at F1 TS Hub, and Jamie will be alongside him. And always a dynamic duo, those two in the commentary box. Been doing really well this season. I've been enjoying watching their commentary back.
Because coming in this time, and Reflo, I imagine he hasn't been listening to us in the commentary booth. Please back the pack. He has 5 laps of fuel, so he definitely has been saving his fuel well. But yeah, he's probably not going to back the pack up and keep himself vulnerable for Nicky. He didn't really charge him the first time, but I imagine he'll go the next time.
Yeah, the safety cars come in. Is he gonna floor it? So he gets a bit of a tank slapper on exit, but Jonas is there again, so he hasn't figured out this one yet. As Reflo, sorry, not Jonas, Lukey's there, and 2 Mercedes, 2nd and 3rd at the moment. As he goes into turn 1, keeps it clean, not seeing any position changes so far. Joe gets ahead of Razor, so that one was done. As they head through the S's now, perhaps Razor can just follow Joe and try and pick up some places through that, as we're seeing a Haas and a Ferrari having either a bit of contact or just the Haas making a mistake there.
Well, we Reflow. Oh, Reflow's not had as good a restart as he had last time, and Jordan's right, Lukey rather, is right on the back of him. He can get on the inside, yeah, he does.
Reflow cuts back.
Reflow takes it right back. Great driving from Reflow. Very nice and calm.
Yeah, he kind of invited Lukey to go down the inside there late on the brakes, and now he's watching. He's going to pick. Yeah, so he's under attack. And the grippier tyres in effect. Teammates has to go wide. 3-second time only for green fins side by side. They bang wheels slightly. Both give each other enough room. Looks like Jonas might have this one here on the inside.
Yeah.
Lukey won't be able to hold it.
Lukey's gone from defending, attacking Reflow to now behind his teammate and possibly defending from Jordan, who's on press off.
Now he's attacking his teammate again as Jorik goes wide. Spider Atlas is there.
Lukey goes very wide. Jorik is right on the back of him now.
Look at this, Jaws up to 6th position as well, Adam, so he's come to join this party.
Yeah, Jordan had a great restart. Lukey goes ultra defensive against Jordan.
No room on the inside there.
These two have come to blows recently in the past few weeks. Nothing bad now is Spider Alphas now is going to have a look.
Do you think that would have been on their minds, especially Jorik's mind? 2 penalties in a row with Lukey?
Possibly. Lukey's really struggling through these.
Rex is retired.
Rex is retired.
In the pit lane, I believe. So
yeah,
he's called it a day. He's got wing damage, so maybe the mechanics didn't fix his front wing. White Eagle is in the pit lane again.
It's still all over the back of Lukey. We want to get this done before the other safety car comes out. We have a lot of yellow flags around the place. Lukey goes ultra defensive once again. What's
Jordan going to be able to do on the brakes? He's able to keep the position.
Spider Altus lost his front wing off the back of Jory. He wasn't expecting Jory to come back onto his line there, and he just lost his front wing once again.
So perhaps he almost looks to have a bit of carbon fiber damage there to feel a bit more comfortable, but he's going to be under attack from Jor, and these guys have already created a gap from Razor, who you have to say hasn't been impressive today, as he does sometimes do. And look at Jor, how much he gains through that, just that one corner. Look, he gets a penalty. You got a feeling he might lose a position in the end of the race because of those.
And the thing is, that also shreds your front tires going through that corner with wind damage. I've experienced that as well before. It just completely shreds your front tires, and it's wonders. Oh, Jor goes for a move down the inside. That's a brilliant move. That's a very good move. And yeah, he makes a move on it. He makes a position up on Spider Alphas. Jor is coming to play on those super softs. Watch out for him.
Yeah, he leads the championship at the moment as well by 3 points ahead of Emphatix, who isn't racing today. So he knows this is an opportunity to score big. He hasn't had the best race so far, but he's done what he needs to do, sight through the field cleanly. Now he can chase this pack down. Safety car is coming out. Hopefully, Adams, this is our last one. It's got to be our last one. Lap 22 out of 28.
Has to be, yeah. This is going to be a mad sprint to the finish. I'm so excited. I feel Jor is put himself in a brilliant position to win this race. He's on the freshest tires and the softest tires of anyone.
He definitely is. I wonder if anyone will come into the pits this time around.
The race is underway, by the way. I believe they're about to start the stream now.
Best of luck to all of those drivers racing in tonight's race. Flo leads this one. Jonas is in second, Lukey in third. It's been a good day for the Mercedes team.
It has. They've had a lot of infighting, but they're both very quick, and they've definitely been up there. One thing I want to note is that it's a common theme with this tier is that other than the Mercedes boys, most drivers seem to not have their teammate as backup.
Yeah.
Reflow in the Williams, Jonas, Lukey in the Mercs. Then you have Jor in the Ferrari, Jor in the Toro Rosso, Razor in the Red Bull, and the McLaren is Spider Alphas. Gamersat is glitching massively on my screen, but he's 7th in the Toro in the Force India. Then you have Personal in the Haas, Again, finally you have Alan, the Red Bull.
Yeah, it's going to be, as you mentioned, a frenzy to the finish. And if you had to pick someone, Odems, who'd you put your money on? Pretty close. So he's led a lot of this race, and what you feel all he needs to do is get that safety car restart, and he's got the pace.
So he got overtaken by Luke. Just inside position. So he's still put him
Safety car, Mercedes again out in front. It is a safety car with the flashing lights though, so no racing at the moment, no overtaking, and perhaps we should remind our drivers and viewers that you can follow us on Twitter at F1TS Hub. Of course, we are on Facebook and Instagram as well. Live race updates throughout the race across all three of our tiers. As Odin's mentioned, the Pinnacle tier is just getting underway with qualifying, and be exciting to see who comes out. They've got a title battle that's shaping up nicely over there, and don't forget as well. Carry on. On your screen, glitching on your screen. Let me have a quick look. He has been disconnected a few times. Riding a ball with him, I'm not seeing any glitches so far.
Okay, because Mickey's literally on the track.
Very strange. Yes, at F1TS Hub, you can also use our code F1TS Hub and our sponsors Boss Boxes and Prince Gaming, so big thanks to them for their sponsorship for this season for our league. And Odems, we're reaching the halfway point. This podium tier, I know you haven't commentated on all of them, but they put on a thrilling performance so far. Safety cars have obviously been the talking point, but 5 different winners so far. Can we make it 6 out of 6?
Looks like it. Reflows and Jonas in first and second, then Jory is in fourth. So the new winner is definitely possible. I think that'll be amazing. That's 6 races.
Yeah, it definitely will. Not something that I believe we've had before. Not on a season where the format isn't shuffled around with.
I know we don't usually like to talk about penalties, but I do have to say, Rico has 2 penalties and Jonas has 1.
Well, there's a lap 24 out of 28. The safety car will come in this lap or next lap, and I imagine if drivers don't have penalties, or for instance Jonas, I imagine he could get one perhaps before the end of the race. So it's going to be nick and tuck. I imagine Lukey's got a couple as well.
Yeah, Lukey has 2. Jordan has 1. Jordan has 2. So Jonas and Jordan are looking very comfortable at the moment. Rico is going to be cursing those safety cars
coming in this lap. So we'll have a sprint to the finish.
It's a bit crazy race. The midfield is sorting itself. It's just shifted itself so much.
Definitely has.
Rico's going to end with his race with about 5 laps of fuel.
All drivers within DRS, of course, will have to get racing for 2 laps before DRS is open, so ignore that message on your screen. Reflow does get a better exit this time, so perhaps he's figured it out. Jonas doesn't seem too threatened by his teammate either at the moment. And Lukey is in third. Who else is? Oh, Jorit's looking to get a podium here tonight. Him and Lukey, of course, have had some ding-dongs. Spider Atlas gets ahead of Alan. We're seeing White Eagle gets ahead of, as does AR Gizmo ahead of Persto.
David sat in 7th place. That's brilliant driving from him. Find himself there.
He's done so many pit stops as well. So it's all looking close. Look, he's dropped off his teammate a little bit here.
Here we go. Look at George. He's got such a good run. Sure, he's going to send it down the inside of both of them. On the inside of George.
George gives him room, to be fair.
Yeah. Or I think he's gonna have the DR. He's gonna have the slipstream of Lukey. The slipstream of St. Labor, which it seems to not be, and George just sneaks on by.
Yeah, George isn't able to do anything. He'd be frustrated. Oh, pushes him out wide.
Went very wide himself. I think Lukey went wide regardless, and George's gonna get them both. Go pretty wide.
George suffers.
He keeps his position. Alan's back there as well. Oh my god, this is craziness. George
It's Razor, not Alan.
Inside. Oh yeah, Razor. George
Game is sat there too.
Third, and somehow, oh here we go. George does a little cheeky switch back on Lukey, and Lukey finds himself all the way down in 5th. He goes down the inside once again.
They both break late. And look at Red Bull. They're getting a bit carried away here. The two rivals, Lukey and Jorit.
Yeah,
there's a lot more pride here involved than if they were overtaking someone else. I think Razor just kind of thought, I don't want to really be a part of this one.
Jorit goes down the inside, does he? Yep. Oh, pushes Lukey wide. He spins it.
It hits the Red Bull.
Oh, and Ali gets himself into 5th place. Crazy stuff.
Razor loses out there. He was just too close for comfort. You had the feeling that, you know, he was just going to be the one to lose out from that.
You tried, you might as well. You did try not to lose out from that, but you just couldn't.
So Gizmo loses, gains a position. Razor going properly down the order now. White Eagle into 10th into the point. So this race has gone from bad to worse for Razor. Spider Atlas is now lining up Alan.
Jordan was looking in contention for this race win. All of a sudden, he's down in 8th.
Look at the battle at the front. So is Lukey struggling on these tyres?
Must be, yeah. And Alan's much fresher, so he's has a massive advantage. Alan, I'm pretty sure, started this safety car period on like 11. So he's done very well. As Lukey goes a bit wide, ooh, barely gives Alan space. And Spider Up is going to capitalize from this.
You can see the momentum game. We're on the helicopter shot, and the momentum game is just amazing. We're seeing Jorit struggling now as DRS is enabled. AR Gizmo is going to go straight down the inside. Jorit is struggling. Wonder why that is. Maybe a penalty, he had to pit or something. Yeah. Reflow though, lap 27, penultimate lap in this round 6, Austin, Texas.
Notice his tires might be going off because it's the gap is 1.5 now, and you always keep it within 3 seconds, which is what he needs to do. Actually, no, I don't think he actually has it. No, he does have 1 penalty, so all he needs to do.
Alan over the back of Lukey now. So Lukey and Jorit, another collision. What do they have to do to give each other you know, enough space and race cleanly on track? When two drivers have that many incidents race after race, you have to say it's a little bit personal.
Yeah, it becomes, you know, I don't think Lukey would have made that move into that left penultimate corner if it was a different driver other than Jorit. I don't think Jorit would have just completely dive bombed like that into turn 1 if it was a different driver other than Lukey. So definitely a bit of personal feelings plays into this.
Look at Gamer sat in 6th as well. And he's done 5 pit stops, so the most of anyone. Joel's done 4, and he's up in 3rd position. So it shows you what the safety car can do. Reflow is coming along to start his final lap. Only 1.5 seconds, though. He's going to lose this race win. He's going to ruin this, you know, different race winner unless he can get that gap out to 3 seconds. And you have to say, oh yeah, Jonas hasn't won a race, beg my pardon. He's come 2nd, so it looks like we're going to have one with either way.
Yep.
Beg my pardon on that. I don't know why, I just thought Jonas had won earlier in the season, but he'd come 2nd.
Yeah, not yet. It's probably because he's very close to winning, I'd imagine.
Yeah, Hersto on the back of White Eagle, by the way. Don't know whether he's going to be able to do anything on this last lap, but of course they're teammates at Haas, so double point score finish if they keep things as they are. White Eagle goes wide. Alan gets himself a penalty. Hersto's all over the back of him now. Wonder what's going to happen here. Are they going to give it a go? Into the sweeping S is so hard to follow a car through there. White Eagle just struggling to get his car turned in after that mistake. And you have to say Hersto has the extra grip. Is he going to go around the outside? He does go around the outside. So Hersto up into 9th, around the outside of his teammate. Reflo, is he going to be able to win this race, or is Jonas going to steal it off him from penalties? We did say corner cut penalties would play a huge factor here tonight, and 1.6 the gap at the moment, 1.7. I wonder if either of them know that.
I'd imagine, with the safety cars they've had the chance to check. If you had known how many penalties they had, I'd imagine he would just have a quick look how many
Alan Costaluki too. So here we go. As a reflow is coming, it's over 2 now, but is it going to be enough? He comes across the line. Is he going to win? He's weaving. Does he know what's about to happen? And he's won.
Jonas.
He's won.
Yeah,
Reflow takes the win. Jaw takes 3rd. Jonas takes 2nd. Luki comes home in 4th. Alan comes home in 5th, so no changes.
Jonas got a penalty on lap 26.
Gamersat jumps up to 4th position.
Wow.
Jorik jumps ahead of Alan. Just. Spider Atlas takes 8. White Eagle. No, Gizmo. Gizmo jumps up to 9th. White Eagle takes 11th. Hersto falls back out the points with penalties. Green Finn, you got to feel for him. It's not been his season this season. We know he has a lot of fans and people who watch, but he hasn't been to put on a show. Razor again. Although he was involved in unlucky with that incident, you have to say he didn't really have the pace today that he's shown earlier in the season.
Yeah, well, what a I looked at the race director. Jonas got a penalty on lap 26 after the safety car restart. I can't believe he's thrown it away like that. It was all in his hands. He's got just one warning and he's lost it. All of a sudden, Reflow will be delighted to take that win. And Gamersat, no penalties, jumps up into 4th. Amazing result for him with 5 pit stops.
Definitely a Driver of the Day nomination, but as is this man, he'll be so happy to stand on that top step. Is this where his title challenge commences? He's down in 8th position, but a full 25 points will bring him right up the order. Of course, Emphadix hasn't scored anything today, neither has Razart, and Jor is on 3rd position on the podium. So well done to these 3 drivers, and enjoy that champagne. Let's bring you full confirmation of the race results. Reflow takes 1st, Jonas in 2nd, Jor in 3rd, Gamersat in 4th, Luki in 5th, that's Jorit in 6th, Alan in 7th, Spider in 8th, Gizmo in 9th, 10th is White Eagle, 11th is Hersto, 12th is Greenfin, Razor is in 13th, Rex is in 14th, the Sauber, I believe that's I believe that is... Who is the other Sauber? I'll let you think on that one. The McLaren was Tejwar, and the Toro Rosso was Mathis. So it's just the Z4. So there you have it. Confirmation of results. The only driver not to get penalties was the one and only Jorit, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
Jorit. So game is sat. I don't think those penalties are correct that you're seeing on the right hand side. I think that includes some drive-throughs and things like that they've already served.
Yeah, you didn't get a single warning. Okay, what's that? You got a drive-through though.
So, there you have it. Confirmation of the results. This is round 6. This is the podium tier. They'll be back next week at 7 PM to continue on to... sorry, they won't be back next week. We got a week's break and the Race Premium Championship. So, pardon me there. These guys can have a week off. And Reflow, what a better way to head into the break, Odems.
Yeah, with the win. I always loved heading into a break with a good result. Because if you have a bad one, it's just... The taste in your mouth is just bitter. So very good for him heading to the break with a win under his belt. Definitely is. Well, we will leave you guys there. The Pinnacle tier is live at the moment, so make sure you head over and join Jono and Jamie for also another round of Austin, and they'll be taking to the track and putting on a good show. That's for sure, as they always do. You got the Prestige tier. Myself and Alan will be live at 9 o'clock with that, and again, it's Austin. And Odems, you'll be racing, so best of luck to you. Thank you for joining me in commentary. Thank you for putting on a good show again, podium tier. And as I said, we won't see you next week. We will see you in a fortnight's time for round 7.